What's up, Chewbacca? We're about to turn all these pennies into little cowboy hats. You want to hang around and watch? So what I'm working on today is I'm turning these pennies into little cowboy hats. If at any point during this live you'd be interested in getting one of these, or maybe a ring I make, it's real easy. All you gotta do is tap this logo up here and then visit the website in my profile. Got a little shop on there, bunch of cool stuff. Knocking stuff over. Yeah, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. I'm just running through the motions, making a couple of these hats in a little batch here. This is what they look like when they're finished. I know this is a bit of a weird TikTok live, but if you're enjoying it so far, would you mind tapping the screen a couple times for me? Helps me know I'm doing a good job. Otherwise, it's just kind of me working here in silence. I don't know if you guys are digging it or just kind of like, what's going on here? Ain't nobody saying nothing. So, what's up? How's everybody doing? Y'all having a good day? Everybody's real quiet. I'm digging it. That's what's up, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's a 1-ton arbor press. I'm making pennies into little cowboy hats. What are the hats for? My customers. I usually make coins into rings, but it seems like a bunch of people really like these hats. How do you get one? You can tap this logo right here and you'll actually stay inside the live while you do this. Just tap my logo and then the link on my profile, and you can visit my website there, and there's a store on there. There's a couple variations on these hats, so the prices range from like $10 to I think like $25. But I do like pennies, quarters, $half. There's a bunch of different options, so it depends on what you want. So this is the cool part. This is where we take this nicely domed penny and we're gonna fold those sides over and make it into a hat. Let me get that set up here for you guys. I mean, if you don't want to buy one, that's fine. It's really up to you. Yeah, the coin shortage is all my fault. I'll take 100% responsibility for that. Yeah, this is what a finished one looks like. This is actually a zinc penny. I did an experiment today. I don't really like how it came out. So the zinc kind of splits. So all these are copper pennies. I just wanted to see how a zinc one would come out. But this is what a copper one looks like. They're a little tougher. And I polish these up so they come out nice and shiny when I'm sending them out. I understand, man. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah. You see, the reality of the situation with pricing these is there's a lot of fees that go into running a business. There's taxes, there's PayPal fees, there's shipping fees, there's time and labor. I have to search out specifically copper pennies to make them. So I mean, there's a lot of time and effort that go into these, and not every one of these come out perfect, you know. Took a lot of trial and error to get them this good. I mean, I just try and be honest and upfront with people. Not trying to pick a fight or anything, but some people don't understand that there's a lot more that goes into a product than like the bare base materials. Like, a lot of people look at this and just see a penny. And I look at it and I see, you know, it's a work of art. It's a conversation piece. This is something you can have for a long time, and it's pretty cool. It's probably not something you see every day. What type of plastic is in there? This is PLA Plus. It's 3D printed. It's made by a company named Unminted, and these are Delrin rods in here, so they're a little stronger than the actual plastic it's printed out of. It's a really good design. Yeah, I mean, I've literally been making things out of coins for about a year and a half, and I think I should be compensated for my time, you know. And not only that, like, I'm making free content all day long. Like, no one's paying me to be on TikTok right now, but I am, because I like sharing what I do. So that time also goes into the cost of my products, and I think they're relatively reasonable. Like, I'm not asking too much, and if it's too much for you, I totally understand. I'm not going to hold it against you. Actually, if I go any deeper on the center of this hat, the coin will snap. I had an example. Let me see if I can find one. I've got one for a quarter, but you can see about the limit of that dome, and then the metal will split or snap. It just gets too thin right at that bend point. So I do push them as far as I can, but that's about as far as they go. Yeah. So here's our hats. Looking pretty cool. What do you guys think? How do I make the Delrin route? These are actually cut by Unminted. So this is his logo right here. You can find him at unminted.com, I believe. He's also here on TikTok. These are annealed. So as you can see, they've got fire scale on them. That was the first part of this process. So I mean, I've tried everything, guys. Like, there's just a limit to how far you can bend metal before it breaks, and this is it. I think they're still pretty cute. Can you press another penny? I actually have to anneal some more pennies. Let me go run and grab my torch real quick, and we'll make some more of these. We're gonna go over here to my little annealing station, get this set up, and we'll anneal some more pennies. Oh, thank you for the gift. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. So for this part, I used to watch the coin to try and see if I could tell if it was hot enough or not. But I learned eventually that if you watch the flame, it'll get bright orange like that. You see that? That tells me the coin is hot enough. I'll just dip it in some water over here. Put it on the rag. Why are you guys sending gifts all over the place? You're too nice. Thank you. Get a good angle on that. Sorry about the cluttered dust back here. It's just a side effect of making random crap out of coins all the time. But yeah, you can see here, I do anneal my coins, guys. Like, it's the first step. Soften that metal up. It's only illegal to fraudulently deface money. So if I was taking like a penny and made it look like a dime and tried to spend it, that would be fraud. That's against the law. Making jewelry out of coins is legal. I do have a blog post about it on my website if you're interested. It's a common misconception. It's like a misreading of the law. I think the second word in the law is fraudulent, and a lot of people just skip right over it. When I first started this, I honestly wasn't sure if it was legal or not. So I reached out to a lawyer and asked them if they would help me write that blog post. So they actually wrote half of it. So I'm not giving out legal advice. It's coming directly from a lawyer. So, you know, I've really tried to make sure I'm in the good graces of the legal system. Yeah, I don't think this business would still be open. I've been doing this for about 1.5 years, and I'm pretty sure with the amount of people that have seen me on TikTok that I'd be in jail if this was illegal. But people still tell me it is every day. Thank you for the rose. Oh, and the TikToks. Thank you guys. Aaron, thanks, dude. That's what's up. I don't know, I hope this is entertaining. It's just heating up pennies, but it's part of the process. I have to make a bunch of these things. I had a video hit like 1.8 million views of me making these, and I've made quite a few sales because of it, so I've got quite a bit of work to do. What am I dipping them in? It's just a jar of water. Nothing super fancy. What am I making? I'm making these pennies into cowboy hats. But the first step to do that is to anneal them. This is softening up the metal so it's easier to bend and shape. And once I get a few more of these heated up and annealed, we'll make them into cowboy hats. So I'll show you how that's done here in just a little bit. If you guys are interested, you can check out my shop by tapping this logo up here and then the link on my profile. I've got a nifty little website. If that's something you want to check out, that's how you find it. Yeah, I'm close to 100 orders this weekend, like in the last 4 days. But it's probably because of that video that's got like 1.8 million views. It's right on the top of my profile if you want to check it out. But sometimes things pop off on TikTok and you gotta roll with it, right? I think it's pretty cool. I do think it's funny that like my whole brand is around coin rings, and I make a bunch of different types of coin rings, like quarters, half dollars, 100-year-old Morgan dollars, and I make videos of them all the time. And then I make like one video of me making pennies into hats and like it blows up. So I'm stuck making hats. What's going on, man? Just making them hats. Thanks for the donations, gifts, TikToks. Yeah. Yeah, I've got to make about 60 of these things. It's ridiculous. I don't know, that should be pretty good. We'll go ahead and dry off what we've got and make these into hats. If you guys want to see that, go ahead and put hat into the chat. I've filled like, I think it's like 25 orders today so far, like packed and mailed. And I still have like 60 to go. Thank you. Yeah, I think they're pretty cool too. Yeah, I keep one on my keychain. There we go, we got a couple hats popping in the chat. Let's see how many we can get. I saw like 6. Got Jay, we got Hey, not quite hat. That's all right. There we go, there we go. What are we making today? We're making pennies into little bitty cowboy hats. This is a batch I did a couple minutes ago, and we're about to do some more. Let me just dry these off real quick. I'll let you guys get a good look at what they look like when they're finished. I do polish these up before I send them out, but these are just finished as far as the shape. If anybody wants to get any, you can go to coinringmaker.com. I've got a little shop there. I also make coins into rings. I think they're pretty cool. But today we're making hats. If anybody has a question, now's a good time. I'm just drying these pennies off before we start folding them and stuff. If you're enjoying the live so far, please go ahead and tap the screen a couple times for me. And if you haven't followed me, give it a thought, give it a consideration. I sure would appreciate it. It's a little bit of both. I started it as a personal challenge about 1.5 years ago. I just wanted to see if I could like make a coin into a ring, and I don't know, I kind of became like addicted to it. I really like like doing it, and but I needed better tools, so I started selling some. And as I got better and better tools, my stuff got better and better, and now it's to the point where it's an actual business. Like, I have to pay taxes and stuff. It's been a wild ride. Thank you very much. So this is a guide I made myself, just to make sure we get these lined up just right on here. How much? They start at $10, and depending upon what you want, you can get some cooler and cooler stuff. You can see all my prices by tapping this logo and then the link on my profile, and then you should be able to find my store from there. A lot of people say these kind of look like UFOs after I put a little divot on them. Right? I think it's pretty cool. Get a little closer for you. What kind of dimandrel thing is that? This is called a doming block. It's got a bunch of like half hemispheric circles in it. It's for just making rounded edges on pieces of metal. It's got a bunch of different size circular divots in it. And this is a 1-ton arbor press. And this is a ball bearing. Together they make little hats. Yeah. If anybody wants to know anything about the tools I use, I do have a recommended tool list on my website as well. So if you want to get started into making stuff like this, it's a pretty good little resource. And if anybody else has any questions, let me know. Yeah, I've just got a bunch of these to make, so that's what we're working on. What's my website? It's my username, coinringmaker.com. If you want to go straight to my store, you can go to buycoinrings.com. But coinringmaker.com, just a lot more like information on it. And buycoinrings.com is just the shop. Oh, thank you for the roses. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Well, if you guys have hung out this far, I'd appreciate it if you gave me a follow. I post pretty cool stuff here on TikTok, I think. I don't know. Definitely some interesting videos. So you won't see me lip syncing or dancing around, but I do try and like play with trends a little bit. Thank you guys. I appreciate the follows. I really do. We got about 5 more to dome like this, and then we get to move on to my favorite part of this, where we get to fold the hat. But like, this whole process is pretty satisfying to do. I don't know if it's super satisfying to watch. You guys let me know, but it's pretty satisfying to do. Okay, so this goes on here to guide onto the doming block, and then this has a, I don't know, like a recess on it that's about the size of a penny. So we slide that on there. It fits right in the middle of that blue piece, and we can put our ball bearing on top, and everything's nice and centered. I took a lot of trial and error to design and figure out, but it works pretty well. What are they for? Kind of whatever you want. They're just kind of like little knickknacks, little tiny cowboy hats. You play Monopoly with them. You can get them on a keychain. You can put them on a Lego. I don't know. Just kind of fun. Novelty item. Conversation piece, I suppose. A good gift for someone who's a coin collector, maybe. It's really up to you guys. I just like making them. Y'all can do whatever you want with them. And if these are too small for you, I make $quarter and $half ones too. Now we get to move on to my favorite part. Yeah, they're for sale. You can tap this logo right here and then the link on my profile. I suppose. They're no longer coins, that's true. Art is subjective, I suppose. Oh yeah, I check all my coins before I work on them. Nah, it's not illegal. I'd be in jail. So I got a good 45,000 followers here on TikTok. I think somebody would have got me arrested by now if this was illegal. Yeah, the coin shortage is my fault. I'll own that one. That's all me. Fraudulently defacing money is illegal. So if you were to take a penny, make it appear to look like a dime, and then try to spend it, that would be against the law. These are no longer coins, so these can't be spent. They're cowboy hats. Yeah, I mean, I think it's fun. I have a good time making them. And if anybody wants one, you can go to coinringmaker.com. All sorts of cool stuff. Yeah, I check all my coins. I've actually found some pretty cool stuff. Picking through coins. A couple W quarters. One silver quarter. Steel penny. It took a lot of trial and error to get it just right. But I mean, once you figure something out, you make it look easy, right? Once you got the process down, it looks easy. No, I do quarters and half dollars too. Yeah, I've run into a lot of coin collectors who have an interesting reaction to my work. But most of the time I win them over. And they actually end up getting some, like, a ring or a hat from me. Where do I get my coins? Most of them in circulation. The nicer stuff I get off eBay. Yeah. Yeah, I do a lot of coin sorting. And I mean, that's one reason my prices are a little higher than most people expect. I don't know, some people don't mind at all, but some people are a little crappy about it. There's a lot of time that goes into finding the proper coins that can work with, making stuff into them, packaging, shipping, marketing. The oldest coin I've made into a hat. It's probably this one. Yeah, that's right. Amusement parks and aquariums have those penny smashers. They've been around since, I don't know, the 60s or something. Nobody's ever gone to jail for using those. And they actually make you use them, right? You gotta crank the thing, you gotta destroy the penny yourself, right? I'm sure at least half of you have a squished penny somewhere. Or you've at least seen one. SeaWorld on it or something like that. Thanks for the follow. Trains. Yeah, I've seen that. Get some interesting shapes when you squish a penny on a train track. I don't recommend it, it's pretty dangerous. Yeah. How much are they? They start at $10. And then there's a couple more options, like if you want to get a quarter or a $half or a keychain, or if you want to get them like pre-punched with a hole in it to make them into earrings. You can find all my prices here by tapping this logo up here. It says Coin Ring Maker on it, and then the link on my profile. And that'll take you to like a little introductory blog about me and what I do. And then on there you can find my store websites. If you want to shop on the Etsy, I have an Etsy. If you want to shop on just my website, you can do that as well. It's really up to you. Let's see here. We've got a decent little stack of pennies here. But guess what? We're going to make some more. Why am I doing that? I'm doing it because I made a TikTok video of me making these, and it got 1.8 million views, and then a bunch of people order these, so now I have to make them. Say, who here saw the video with the rock lobster and the penny hat? Anybody seen that video? One of you guys is bound to see it. Right? Anybody catch that? No? That's cool. It's on my profile if you want to check it out. It's right at the top. It's basically this, just a lot faster. It makes the copper softer, and it's easier to fold and shape it. It's a process called annealing. Should get some nice grains on this one. I'm sure they are softer red hot, but thanks, man. Yeah, it's blown up pretty good. I'm pretty proud of that one. They're just a lot easier to work with when they're not red hot. Like, I can touch them and they're not going to melt my plastic guide and stuff. I wouldn't consider myself a blacksmith. More of like a novelty jeweler. Well, if you guys are enjoying this live so far, you hung out for a minute, go ahead and give me some likes. We're sitting at 3,200 likes. Seems like the more people like a live, the more people show up. I sure would appreciate it. No, I haven't done any live selling. Most of what I do is on the internet. A lot of equipment to haul around, and most of it's literally bolted to my desk, so I think it would be tricky to kind of do a flea market. Nice. See, it's tricky too, because a lot of what I do is rings, so they're usually made custom to the customer, and if I pre-made a bunch of rings, I'd have to like resize them, or have like a bunch of different sizes of the same thing. It's like 10 times the work to make the same amount of sales. So I prefer to just work with like one-on-one people over the internet. It's just a lot easier, and I can do it in the security of my own home. I don't have to worry about somebody snatching my coins and running off with them at a fair or something. I don't know. I like being able to work at home. But it is nice to like be able to get on TikTok live and like make stuff in front of people too. Like, this is a nice balance. Like, this is a nice balance. No, I check all my coins before I work on them. Thank you for the likes, guys. Or 5,000 likes. That's pretty dang good. Not too shabby. Nice. I mean, I've definitely thought about it, but with the way the world's been in the last year and a half, it's a little tricky for people to get out and about. If you know what I mean. I don't know, I'll probably do some live shows in the future. For now, I'll just film my stuff and put it on TikTok. See, I've wanted to try and make rings out of horseshoe nails. I think that would be pretty cool. But I haven't been able to track any down. I mean, I haven't looked very hard. I could probably find them if I actually looked. But the thought has crossed my mind. Just broke 6,300 likes. Thank you guys very much. That's pretty cool for a guy just standing here and heating up pennies. Pretty cool. That should be enough. Well, if you guys want to see me make these into hats, go ahead and put hat into the chat. See how many hats we can get down there. Just type hat. And let's see how many people are interested in that. Let me know. Jar. Does it really autocorrect hat to jar? Is that what's happening? I think I've seen that twice in this live. Did you mean jar? Yes, I just want to say jar as a single word by itself. I'm just drying these off real quick and then we'll start making them into hats. I know you guys can't see this cool stuff. Here we go. Alright, let's get into it. Boom. Here's our dome and block. There's our center guide. There's our penny. ball bearing. All right. There we go. Rinse and repeat. Cracks me up, right? So like I repost my my TikTok lives on my YouTube, right? And on my lives I have people put in the chat like hat or ring to see if they want to see it get made. And I just had somebody comment on one of my YouTube videos, ring, like I don't know, it's funny. Yeah. Well, if you guys haven't followed me yet, please consider giving me a follow. Helps me grow my little TikTok, my little business. What are they for? Well, I make them into a little bit of cowboy hats, and what you do with them is up to you. You play Monopoly, put them on a keychain, make earrings or pendants out of them. All sorts of cool stuff you can do. It's really up to you. Yeah, I keep one on my keychain. I think that's probably the neatest thing I can do with it, but people are creative and they surprise me. So I'm sure there's all kinds of stuff done with these. Put them on a little Lego man if you want. All I know is people bought them, so I gotta make them. So that's what we're doing. But I'm usually making coins into rings. I got a bunch of orders for these little hats. So that's what we're doing today. If anybody else has any questions, feel free to ask. I'm very open about my process and what we do. What happens if you use a cloud quarter for a ring? Cloud quarter? A clad quarter? Like copper? So I make them, but yeah. I do recommend people put like clear fingernail polish on them if they're worried about getting green finger, or if you're going to wear it every day. If you're really worried about it, I recommend getting a silver quarter. But some people like copper jewelry, so that's why I offer it. I myself wear silver, but some people like the copper. But it can turn your finger green. That's just something copper does. Well guys, I'm gonna hop off here. Y'all have a good day.